Field is set. Bud Grossenbacher, Tony Tost, Craig Parker, Brad Williams, Cody Laney, Don Shaw, Steve Stoltz, John Cornell, Jim Worcester, Scott Sluka, your top 5 rows. Internet's Winning Edge Carburation feature of the night for the SWDRA late models. Green flags in the air. We're underway. And 25 laps the distance here tonight, but everybody trying to get the goodie here on lap number 1 as Tony Tost goes up to the point. Don Shaw trying to move into that second spot. He'll do that as Craig Parker right now. A pinball between Cody Laney and Brad Williams. Trying to take over 4th. Can't quite do it right now, back in 6th. Now Craig Parker, the 48, looks underneath Brad Williams once again. That is a battle for 5th on the racetrack. They're side by side off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Williams up top, Craig Parker down low. Williams almost made contact with the backside of the 32B of Laney as the 28 of John Cornell now starts creeping into your picture. The 28 and the 48. Cornell and Parker, those 2 cars are teammates. And right now it's Craig Parker being scored in that 6th spot over Cornell in 7th, your 2019 Winning Edge Carburation SWDRA late model champion. Out front, it's Tony Tost and Don Shaw. They are the show here so far in the main event as they have pulled out to a pretty hefty size lead over the 81B of Bud Grossenbacher, who right now sits in 3rd over Cody Laney in that 4th spot. As Laney looks down to the inside, the 81B of Grossenbacher, that's a battle for 3rd, side by side going into turn number 1. Cody Laney tries to get the advantage off of turn number 2. They drag race for a brief moment, give the advantage back to Bud Grossenbacher as your race leader, Tony Tost, and all sorts of lap traffic. Makes it 3 wide around the outside. And so does Don Shaw. Tost and Shaw clear the 3 lappers as Laney sneaks past the 81B of Grossenbacher. Brad Williams also peeked down the inside of the 81B of Grossenbacher, but to no avail, as they both have a little bit of a hiccup off of turn number 4. Looks like Brad Williams going to have the door open for him. He's going to take it. So move Brad Williams up into the 4th spot. Grossenbacher back to 5th. As the battle's starting to heat up front, they're going to split the lap car. Tost in, Shaw side by side. Give it to Shaw, who uses Jerry Fincher has a pick and takes the race lead. Don Shaw, your new race leader. But here comes Tony Tost. He's going to light the wick once again, try to pull up to the inside of Don Shaw. Can't quite get to him off of turn number 4. Now once again down the inside. John Morris right ahead of these drivers. It's going to be Shaw trying to slam the door on him as the 1 car spins around in turn number 4. It's the 75 of Scott Francoeur bringing out the yellow flag. As the green flag flies once again. 18 laps to go, and Cody Laney down the inside of Don Shaw, making a 3-horse race up front. Shaw right now, though, hanging on to that top spot over Cody Laney as Tony Tost looks the inside of the 32B of Laney. They battle off a turn at number 4. Tost, that car pushed up the racetrack. That's going to allow Craig Parker to look down his inside. Tony Tost way tight off of turn number 4, going to lose a handful of spots now as Bud Grossenbacher and Brad Williams going to run across the snoot there of the 91 of Tony Tost. Tony Tost from 3rd back to the 6th position. Right now, though, Brad Williams has issues after taking over that spot from Tost. And Steve Stoltz, he goes up in smoke. Yellow flag will fly. The ghost coming out of the backside of the 78S of Steve Stoltz. His night is done. Going to take her off the racetrack off of turn number 2. Running 4th and 5th. Whistler and Cornell, 6th, 7th. Green flags in the air. We're back underway. And Don Shaw able to get out to a little bit of a better advantage there as Tony Tost once again pushes up the racetrack. This time, though, collects the 32B of Cody Laney as Bud Grossenbacher goes down the inside. Tony Tost, though, fighting back for that 2nd spot. Up on the top side of the racetrack, trying to hold off the 81B of Grossenbacher. Tony Tost will take over 2nd once again as Craig Parker now looks down to the outside of the 81B of Grossenbacher. Cody Laney trying to make a 3-car battle now for 3rd. Off of turn number 2, Grossenbacher has about a car length advantage over Craig Parker. Laney continue their side-by-side assault for that 4th spot. Now give 3rd to Parker as he goes around the outside of the 81B of Grossenbacher. Don Shaw, the man out front right now by about 11 car lengths over Tony Tost. As Shaw continues to lead Tony Tost, it's Craig Parker in that 3rd spot, starting to reel in the 91 machine of Tost with Grossenbacher and Laney running 4th and 5th. Cornell's 6th. Whistler is 7th. Bruce Duckett sits 8th. John Morris is 9th. Rounding out your top 10 is Matt Sparby in the 81X. Tony Tost had a very good lap that last time by. Was able to reel in the 42 machine of Don Shaw as they come off at turn number 2. Just 2 car lengths separate them now into turn number 3. Getting around one of the slower cars, the 7V of Dave Bernard, who's very slow on the racetrack. Off of turn number 4, he will take his car off the racetrack. Don Shaw has Jerry Fincher and James Lang right ahead of him as Tony Tost lost a little bit off of turn number 2. Shaw right now, though, very slow, working around the 29 of Fincher. That allows Tony Tost to creep back up to the back bumper of the 42S of Shaw. And to turn number 1, Tony Tost down to the inside. Shaw up top. Both drivers lose a little bit of the grip off of turn number 2. We just see him right now hitting a little bit of a rut that's developed into turn number 3. Shaw and Tost both make contact with that as now you see smoke starting to pour out the backside of the 42 of Shaw. Tony Tost washes way up the racetrack, puts 4 tires in the fluff off of turn number 2 as Don Shaw continues to drive away now. He has 2 slower cars ahead of him, Mark Day and the 21D and Matt Sparby, the 81X. Getting ready to put those drivers 1 lap down. He'll do that with these off of turn number 2. Pulls around the outside of Sparby. Might have made some contact with the outside retaining wall right by the Hoosier Racing Tire side. But nonetheless, he is still being scored your race leader as Cody Laney took that 3rd spot away from Craig Parker the last couple laps. So Laney right now in 3rd, trying to see if he can't advance his position on the 91 of Tony Tost. Is having all sorts of issues right now working by the 81 of Sparby. Still can't quite clear the lap car into turn number 1. Right now going to follow the tire tracks. That's going to allow Cody Lane to reel him in by about 2 car lengths behind. Loses a little bit of the grip though off of turn number 2 as Tost able to get to the outside of Sparby. He'll clear him as Don Shaw just cleared the 18 of John Morris. A lot of open and clear racetrack now for the 42 of Don Shaw. He's heading into turn number 3. Cars at the tail end of the lead lap coming off of turn number 4 just now. James Lang having issues in the 89. He's going to go down the inside of turn number 1, waving his hand out the window, letting drivers know that he has an issue, and he will bring it down the infield off of turn number 4. Tony Tost just cannot seem to keep his car down on the inside line through turns 1 and 2. That car pushes up the racetrack very hard as Don Shaw continues to drive away now with just 4 laps to go. 3.5 as Don Shaw comes down the back straightaway. He'll lead him off of turn number 4 once again with Tost in 2nd, Laney in 3rd, Parker in 4th. 5th right now is John Cornell. Two laps to go this time for the driver out of Ham Lake, Minnesota, Don Shaw, looking to pick up another main event win at Arizona Speedway here in 2019. He pulls right up to the backside of Jim Whistler as the white flag flies, this time for Don Shaw. One more time around Arizona Speedway. Down to the inside of Jim Whistler goes Don Shaw. He will clear him through turns 3 and 4 one final time. Checkered flag in the air. Don Shaw wins tonight's main event at Arizona Speedway. Don Shaw climbs on the race car. He can hear your fans. Put your hands together. The driver out of Ham Lake, Minnesota, from 6th to 1st. And once again, comes up to his spot he's familiar to. That's Santana Ford, Victory Lane. Don, how'd you get done tonight?
You just got to man up and get it done. It's a little rough out there tonight, so figured if you could get in the lead and try to get a little bit of clean stuff ahead of you, it'd be a lot easier. So.
Yeah, it looks like you're having a little issues out there with handling there at the midpoint of the race. Tony Tost actually got back within about a car length and a half of you. You're able to drive away there at the end, work your way through lap traffic. You see these guys fighting so hard to stay not just on the lead lap, but they're also battling for position. What's your mindset trying to get around these guys?
Well, halfway through, I must have hit a switch and my wheels, I went on 4-wheel brake instead of 3, and it got ugly. So I was bouncing all over, but I figured that out finally. And as far as the lap cars, that actually went pretty good tonight for me, so I can't complain.
Hey, definitely did go pretty good for you here tonight. Back in Santana Ford, Victory Lane. Know you got some sponsors you want to thank.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Shaw Trucking, Northern Metals, Lube Tech, Blaine Brothers, and North American Trailer, West Bay Leasing, and I guess Vic Hill Race Engines, and Braswell. I got Sure Step on there and Carl Performance, or it's Carl Chevrolet now. So I'd like to thank the fans for coming tonight, and hopefully tomorrow night will be a better show yet.
All right, Don Shaw from 6th to 1st. He wins tonight's main event at Arizona Speedway for the SWDRA late models. Well, Tony, that car seemed to be pushing it really hard off of turn number 4 there for a few laps, able to get the right line, though, get her dialed in, come home second here tonight.
Yeah, thank God for that caution, man. I got shuffled back to about 4th or 5th, but caution got my spot back, and that was good. And I just had to fight, man. It was a big fight hitting those holes. The holes were in the preferred line, which if you got out of the preferred line, you're going to go slower. So you just had to rough it. But it was a good time. It was fun. I just wish I would have been in one position better. But Don, congratulations to Don. He was faster.
Well, he was faster tonight, but Tony Toast has one more night. See if he can get it done. Tony, you're 32B, man. Looks like you guys are willing out there in those restarts.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on that one there. I kind of rolled by him the first one, and then, he just kind of took it away from me. So, we'll just try again tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely try again tomorrow. Got a lot of fans out there cheering for you. What do you want to say to them right now?
Just thanks for everybody coming out. There's quite a few people here. That's pretty cool to see.
All right, Cody Lady rounds out your podium here tonight.